Dear students, good evening. Last class we discussed about measurement of length and measurement of diameter using different instruments, available instruments. Measurement of length can be done using a vernier caliper and followed by a micrometer screw gauge, right? And measurement of diameter, as per syllabus I am speaking, measurement of diameter can be done using keel pot gauge, ball and wire, telescopic internal gauge, right? Of course, diameter, length, these two are uh, two uh, two words you can measure with all these instruments. Okay, right. And the next topic is measurement of unknown angle. Unknown angle. So, as per the syllabus, this angle can be measured using bevel protractor and sine bar. These two are available in the syllabus. Okay, we will see one by one what is bevel protractor, how to measure it, and what is sine bar, how do you measure the unknown angle of the material for the bar. We'll see. Okay, first of all, you see that uh, bevel protractor. Bevel protractor. So what is a bevel protractor? Bevel protractors are nothing but angular measuring instruments. So there are these are comes under angular measuring instruments. So there will be different types, but vernier bevel protractor is a vital instrument for measuring unknown angles. Right? Vernier bevel protractor, the basically the parts are like this. Uh, you observe the parts of this, observe the parts, right? I'll give some video link for this, don't worry, you can observe. So this vernier bevel protector having two scales like vernier caliper. The bevel protector also having two scales. One is main scale. This is called main scale. All of you observe clearly. Okay, so this is called main scale. Is it visible to you, Kamali? Visible to
Yes,
you?
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
This is called main scale. This is called main scale. Main scale is divided into number of divisions in terms of degrees. In terms of degrees. Okay. Next, internally we have another scale. This is called vernier scale. Vernier scale. Main scale and vernier scale. But the question is, how do you calculate the total angle? Total angle means, first of all, you take any material for which you want to calculate angle, for which you are going to calculate angle. See, before that, least count. So, for example, least count equal to one main scale division by number of divisions of the vernier scale. This is as usual, general formula, right? One main scale division by number of divisions of the vernier scale. So one main scale is 1 degree divided by number of divisions on the vernier scale is 12 degrees. 12 degrees total. So 1 by 12 into 60, because 60 minutes you want to calculate. So 5 minutes you make it. So count is 5 minutes. We are speaking in terms of minutes than degrees. Okay. Then unknown is placed here. Say it is unknown workpiece. It is called workpiece. For this, we want to calculate angle. This workpiece, how much angle it is provided? This is called, remember, this is called base. sorry, mm, this is called base, this is called in between these two. In between these two, we are placing our place, workpiece. We want to measure this angle. This angle. How much angle it is? With the horizontal line. This is a horizontal. Horizontally, how much angle it is going to provide? That angle you want to calculate. So it can be calculated. One, it is adjusted the main scale as well as vernier scale. The two are disturbed. Initially, they are at initial position. So if you insert the workpiece, these two are disturbed. So when you place a workpiece, it provides some angle. Because of that angle, that the divisions, the main scale as well as vernier scale, these two are disturbed. When they are disturbed, the scales are going to be modified. That readings you want to calculate. How do you calculate means? How do you calculate means? Okay, I will tell you the calculation. I will tell you. Uh, Main scale total reading equals to main scale reading. Main scale reading. How do you calculate main scale reading? The main scale reading. The zero in the vernier scale will touch the line. Will touch one of the reading on the main scale. The zero on the vernier scale will coincide one of the reading on the division on the main scale. So that gives a main scale value plus okay. One of the reading on the vernier scale will coincide the other readings on the main scale. Other readings on the main scale. So that will give some vernier reading. That should be multiplied with least count. So add it, main scale value plus vernier scale reading into least count. You make a total reading. Total reading. Okay. So that is the way we can measure the angular value of the unknown workpiece. It is a bevel protractor. So I will give you a video link. See, I have video link here. Yeah. Bevel protractor. I will give a video link. You can observe. Right? I will send through your WhatsApp. You can observe there. Okay. And this is called vernier bevel protractor. Then we have not only for a workpiece is like this we are placing, but also different dimensions. For example, see, for checking V block is a block, complete block. For this block, this corner, this line, V-shaped line, what is the angle of this one? Can also be measured. This angle also is measured. And one more, not only this, for measuring accurate angles. Yeah, you place this type of workpiece. This is called workpiece, unknown workpiece. Like this also measuring. And say for example, this workpiece at the end corner, this workpiece, at the corner. For this also you can measure. For any workpiece of any angle is possible with some bevel protractor. Only the thing is main scale value plus vernier scale into least count. That will give you a total reading in terms of minutes, or you can convert it into degrees. That is about the vernier bevel protractor. Next one is sine bar. Sine bar. Yeah, sine bar. This is important. Sine bars are always used along with the slip gauges as a device for the measurement of angles very precisely. So here we have the main importance of this advantage with the sine bar is measures angles very accurately than the bevel protractor, and locate the workpieces to a given angle with high precision. So the sign bar is very effective, very accurate than the bevel protractor because of the structure. Okay. Generally, the sign bars are made from high carbon, high chromium, and corrosion resistant steel. So sign bar nothing but a steel. What is made with? It is made with high carbon, high chromium, and corrosion resistant steel. These materials are highly hardened, ground, and stabilized. In sign bars, two cylinders of equal diameters are attached at like ends with its axes are mutually parallel to the other. See the diagram. This is a sign bar steel. It is a steel. This is the end one, this is the end two. So at the two ends we are placing balls. This is called balls. That's what the meaning of this. So two cylinders is called two cylinders. Two cylinders we are placing of equal diameter. Remember, of equal diameter we are placing are attached at lie ends at the corner. That means at the corner with its axis are mutually parallel. The axis of the two cylinders are mutually parallel to each other. Okay. They are also at equal distance from the upper surface of sign bar. Mostly the distance between the axis of two cylinders is 100 mm, 200 mm or 300 mm. That based upon C. From this axis to this axis. Lower surface. It is called lower surface. Okay. This is the upper surface. Okay. And from here to here or from here to here, it may be 100 100 or 200 200 or 300 300. If it is a my sign bar, I have 100 mm distance structure. If it is a your sign bar, you can place 200 mm 200 mm. Or if it is a Bhavesh sign bar, he may have 300 mm 300 mm. That is this is okay. Don't worry about this dimension. You can fabricate your own structure of the sign bar. And it is the structure of the sign bar. Fine. Then what is there in this? The working surface of the rollers are finished to 0.2 mm. Okay, the cylinder's holes are provided to reduce weight of the sign bar. Okay, see the dimensions. Dimensions. The steel ball diameter is B, and from this to this diameter to for this surface, that is h, small h dimensions. So cylinder diameter from this axis to upper surface, the total height is small h. That is known. Diameter is known, that h is known. Generally it is known, initially it is known. Okay, while fabricated, that is known. Then, how to measure working principle of sign bar? How it is measured? So the working of sign bar is based on trigonometric principle. Trigonometric principle. What is trigonometric principle? Tan theta equals to sin theta equals to so and so. So cos theta equals to so and so. Isn't it? So that is called trigonometric principle. To measure the angle, of a given specimen, say for example, I want to measure angle between, this is called horizontal line, surface of plate, horizontal line. From here to here, this is a workpiece, unknown. I want to calculate from here to here, what is the angle? This is a horizontal line, base line. It is a workpiece. How much angle this workpiece provides between these two? So that angle I am going to be calculating. How it is possible? This angle can be calculated like this. The total structure, this total structure will be placed on the workpiece. Just you place the total sign bar on the workpiece. Attach it one end on the workpiece, other end on the base on the ground. So it creates some angle. So what happens from this place to this place? From this center of the axis to diameter to diameter, this center to this center cylinder, it gives some L. It gives some capital L. And from here to surface to this surface, it gives some H. These two are known. If these two are known, the theta is simply be calculated. You may have one more doubt. How do you calculate this H? This H nothing but unknown. I'm sorry. This H nothing but known. Known heights you have to place. Known heights you have to place. This is known and this is known. This angle is unknown. So these weights, yeah, I will tell you. To measure the angle of a given specimen, one roller of the sine bar is placed on the workpiece on the surface plate, and another one roller is placed over the surface of slip gauges. Now H be the slip gauge and L be the centers, then the angle distance calculates angle be the angle may be calculated like this. Angle will calculate like this. Sin theta equal to H by L. H by L. See. This is H and this is H. If you know this L and this H, we can easily calculate. Okay. Have you clear? All of you clear this one? How to calculate this H? We want to know. Already we have to know this H value, and we want to know this how much distance between these two. That is, so that for this workpiece, this angle can be calculated. Of course, this H is going to be varied. The angle is going to be varied, right? For different workpieces, the H is going to be varied. H is varied. Okay, so that angle is going to be calculated. Theta equal to sin inverse H by L. So where theta nothing but unknown angle of the workpiece. So like this, you can easily calculate it. Different workpieces. See, this is a workpiece. This is also another workpiece. See, clamp. This is another workpiece. Limitations. What limitations? Sine bars are fairly reliable for angles than 50 degrees. It is physically difficult to hold in a position. So this is a difficulty to place the position. Slight errors in sine bars cause larger angular errors. Okay? A difference of deformation occurs at the point of roller contact with surface place and to the gauge blocks. So there will be deformation occur. The size of parts to be inspected by sine bar is limited. So what sizes we have to select, that is a different issue, different problem. What the errors? What are the errors that can be affected in this means? Errors in distance between rollers, errors in slip gauge combination, error in checking of parallelism, errors in parallelism of rollers axes with each other, errors in flatness of upper surface of the cylinder. Okay, these are all some errors constitutes the sine bar. So up to somehow than the bevel protractor, the signboards are effectively measured on no errors. Okay, this bevel protractor and signboards are, as per the syllabus, these two are very much important for measuring the unknown angle of the unknown workpieces. Okay. Okay. Next class, we will see other uh, other topics. Okay. Now I am going to stop.